Coming up on DuckTV Sports, can either basketball team snap their losing streaks? And what does Coach Helfrich have to say about the 2013 recruiting class? Find out all that and more right now.
Hello and welcome to DuckTV Sports. I'm Jonathan Stahl and I'm joined here by the lovely Mary Popish.
We'll get things going with a little men's basketball. After the Ducks dropped 2 games in a row on the road, they look to bounce back at home on Thursday night when Oregon hosted the Colorado Buffaloes at Pac'n'Heat Arena. Oregon had a 20-game winning streak at home, but they would have to go for number 21 without Dominic Artis, who was sidelined with an injured foot for the 3rd game in a row. E.J. Singler starts things off with a 3-pointer to give the Ducks an early 3-0 lead. Then Carlos Emery adds a couple points of his own. He'd finished the night with 14, Oregon up 5-0. Then in what could be the play of the year, it's Arsalan Kazmi with a filthy dunk, showing off his skills and his guns. Ducks up 13-7. Xavier Johnson closes the gap a little bit for Colorado when he drives through the lane, Oregon 15, Colorado 11. Then it's Jeremy Adams with the 3-pointer, bringing Colorado within 3. Arsalan Kazmi calls in the SWAT team and denies Askia Brooker. Josh Scott, though, adds a couple more for the Buffaloes, but then it is 3J Singler, putting the Ducks up 26-19. In the second half, it's Kazmi again with the dunk. Ducks up 41-35. Then it's Andre Roberson closing the gap. He brings the Buffaloes within 3 points. Oregon 41, Colorado 38. With 4.5 minutes to play, Carlos Emery adds a couple more with a dunk down the lane. He was one of 2 Ducks to finish the night in double digits. But then it's Andre Roberson again, and the second time is the charm. This gives Colorado its first lead of the game with 30 seconds left to play. With 8 seconds to go, Ducks down by 1. E.J. Singler comes up short. Ducks fall 47-48.
The Ducks experienced a heartbreaking 1-point loss here tonight at Pac'n'Heat Arena against Colorado, breaking their 20 home game winning streak, which was the 6th longest in the nation. For head coach Dana Altman, the difference was their inability to make shots.
We've got to get our composure back. We need to hit some shots. They're packing it in on us pretty tight, and our inability to knock down shots is really hurting us right now.
Senior Tony Woods attributed tonight's loss to the high amount of turnovers made by the Ducks.
Contrary to most of our other games, we handled the ball tonight. We took care of it. We just weren't able to take care of it when it counted in the last 4 minutes.
Senior E.J. Singler is already looking forward to Oregon's next matchup and trying to stay positive in the wake of the Ducks' 3-loss streak.
We can't have these losses weigh us down. We've got to keep pushing forward and just keep winning.
The Ducks are looking to rebound with a victory here Saturday at 5 p.m. against Utah. Reporting from Pac'n'Heat Arena, Sarah Scrivens, DuckTV.
And the Ducks did just that, trying to snap its 3-game losing streak Saturday versus the Utah Utes. Starting things off here for the Ducks, it's guard Jonathan Lloyd who nails the 3. Then it's Damian Dotson who brings it down to make a nifty pass to Arsalan Kazmi for the easy bucket to tie the game up at 5 apiece. Later the Ducks move the ball down low to Waverly Austin, who makes a move but misses. But no worries because E.J. Singler is there for the and 1. Now it's the Utes who are getting into action when Jordan Loveridge drains the 3 to bring Utah within 1. Once again, it's Utah moving the ball around when Loveridge puts in the nifty floater. Ducks down 8 at half. Pick it up in the second where it's Damian Dotson who sinks the jumper, bringing the Ducks within 1 point. Now it's Willie Moore who passes the ball down low to Dotson, who gets fouled for the and 1. Ducks take the lead. Dotson had 13 points in the second half. Once again, it's Dotson putting up a 3, but he misses. No worries, E.J. Singler passes it down to Emery for the bucket. Ducks up 10. The Ducks scored their last 15 points at the free throw line, including this one from Singler, leading the Ducks 73-64 over Utah.
On Friday night, the women's basketball team dropped its 4th game in a row in a 67-47 loss to the Utah Utes in Salt Lake. Michelle Floof led Utah with 15 points. Taryn Wikijowski added 13 points and led the Utes with 6 rebounds. Oregon super athlete Liz Brenner finished the night with 11 points and a career-high 15 rebounds, but the Ducks fell to 3-20 on the season and 1-10 in Pac-12 play.
National Signing Day came fast, and once again, Oregon had a strong class. The Ducks ended the grueling process with the 26th ranked recruiting class. For more on the Oregon success on National Signing Day, we pass it over to McLean Cannon.
Out here outside the Casanova Center, where head coach Mark Helfrich just addressed the media regarding Oregon's incoming recruiting class. Now, while there'd been some concerns as to how the departure of ex-head coach Chip Kelly would impact Oregon's recruiting, after listening to Coach Helfrich rave about the incoming recruits, National Signing Day has to be considered a success for the Ducks. Helfrich said he's very excited about the class and said that he was particularly impressed with the high character of the class as a whole.
I can't say enough about these guys just in terms of their character, a ton of leaders, a ton of team captains, a ton of guys that you'd like to date your daughter, and just a lot of guys that we're excited to bring to our program.
While the class is headlined by five-star running back recruit Thomas Tyner, it's loaded with talent from top to bottom. The Ducks did lose out on highly ranked commit Dontre Wilson, but they were able to gain a couple of unexpected four-star recruits in offensive lineman Cameron Hunt and defensive end Travadney Prevost. Helfrich touched on his own recruiting philosophies, stressing the importance of building trust with the recruits.
We have an approach with our guys and an approach with our recruits. We're not going to guarantee them stuff. We're not going to tell them stuff that's not true. We're not going to, promise them the moon. And because we have to build trust with those guys, because a year from now, when you show up on campus and wait a second, I'm not starting every game, and you guarantee me this and that and that and that and that. Where's the trust?
While the 2013 football season is still months away, the Ducks' recruiting success indicates that the strong football tradition they've built here in Eugene should carry forward for years to come. Reporting for DuckTV Sports, I'm McLean Cannon.
Here's a look at Oregon's top 4 recruits according to ESPN.com. The top 2 recruits are from right here in Oregon. Running back Thomas Tyner headlines the group, followed by offensive lineman Evan Voller. Travadney Prevost and Tyree Robinson round out the top 4. For a closer look at Oregon's 2013 recruiting class, here's AJ Palazzolo and Preston Highfield.
Little over 200 days till the start of the 2013 college football season, but AJ, as we all know too well, it's a 24/7, 365 business. Preston Highfield, AJ Palazzolo alongside. All right, Oregon signed to their recruiting class last week. Couple athletes, meaning they can play multiple positions once they get to campus. Danny Mattingly, Tyrell Robinson, among those guys. Where do you think those two players specifically fit into this Oregon program?
I see them coming in and fitting in on the defensive side of the ball. It's like Christmas morning for this coaching staff. New toys to play with, they don't know where to put them. And the defensive coaches always try and steal the athletes from the offensive side. I think they're both going to end up playing linebacker, Mattingly on the inside, Robinson on the outside, and I think they're going to have to play early too.
All right, both those guys very highly rated by scouting services, 4 stars in that 4-star range. How about you give us a player that's under the radar with the scouting services but could have a pretty big impact once he gets to campus?
Yeah, absolutely. Big fan of John Munt, tight end out of Modesto, California. Big, lanky target, can go down the middle. Going to play the Y position, obviously play some tight end. And I think he's very David Paulson-esque for all those Duck fans out there.
All right, so John Munt rated the number 10 tight end in the country by a couple scouting services, so still a pretty good player in his own right. All right, AJ, thanks for your insight.
Yes, sir.
Looks like the Ducks won't miss a beat without Chip. All right, well, that's all we have for you this week. For Mary Popish, I'm Jonathan Stile. Have a good night, everyone.